All right, so our first story is called Eagles and Eaglets, okay? And it says, first of all, it says, why do you think is the purpose for someone writing this story? Why do you think someone would write this story about eagles and eaglets? Why do you think they wrote it? Aria? Okay, usually someone that writes about eagles, or any animal for that matter, is that it's probably something that they really like. Okay, they probably really enjoy eagles, and they want to teach others about eagles. So when it takes up here when it says, write a purpose for reading this, and we call this an expository text. An expository just means a story that gives you information. So the person that wrote this book was writing it to give you information about eagles. Okay, so we don't need to write really anything on this page. But let's look at our essential question again. How are offspring like their parents? You're going to hear that question all week long. And when we read the story about eagles, when we read the story about baby bears, the same question. How are they alike? Okay, and how are they different? It says, read to learn how young bald eagles are like their parents. Okay, so go to the next page.
Okay.
Maybe. There we go.
I have to.
All right, follow along as I read. Bald eagles are birds. You don't have to repeat. The baby birds, or offspring, there's that word again, that's why it's yellow, the babies, are called eaglets. Let's read about how eaglets are like their parents. Now, when we have a bold column like this, okay, that's a text heading. We'll learn those later, graphic headings. All birds lay eggs. Bald eagles build their nests in the tops of trees so that eggs will be safe. Their nests are built of sticks and grass. They add on to their nests each year, and they can become huge. These giant nests can be as large as 9 feet across. That's bigger than your bed. We always talked about that, you know about how big the back of a pickup truck is? That's about how big an eagle's nest is, so it's really pretty big. The mother eagle lays from 1 to 3 eggs. She sits on her eggs until they hatch. Then both parents watch over the nest. So when we used to go on this field trip, the ranger there would take us and show us where an eagle's nest was. And they're way up at the very, very top of the tree. And like I said, they're humongous. If you've ever seen the back of a pickup truck, how big that is, that's about how big the nest is. So it's very, very big. Okay? Now, we're not going to fill in answers today. We'll do that tomorrow.
I haven't seen those.
All right. All right, our next heading says proud parents. And the reason an expository text puts these headings is like sometimes you want to just skip to that heading to find an answer. At first, the eaglets are helpless. Just like you're helpless when you're a newborn baby. When you're a newborn, you can't get up and walk around, can you? You can't go get something out of the refrigerator. You're also helpless. They cannot walk, and they need their parents for food. They also cannot see well. Birds are not mammals. They do not have milk to feed their young. They hunt for food. Eaglets also need their parents for safety. Next head, eaglets grow up. Bald eagles use their sharp eyes to hunt. They use their strong wings to fly fast. They also use their claws and beak to catch fish. Young eaglets must learn all these things, then they can live on their own. Unlike mammals, birds have feathers, not fur. An eaglet is born covered with soft gray down. It cannot fly until it grows dark feathers like its parents. The eaglet stays near the nest until its wings grow strong. and that takes about 5 months. So here you can see the person has labeled parts of the eagle, okay? So here it has the name bald eagle. It's trying to show you that they have powerful eyes, that they have a hooked yellow beak, they have dark feathers on their body and their wings, they have a white tail, and then they have really long claws. So when I see an eagle flying, the first thing that I notice is the white tail and the white head. So a lot of times when you see those great big blackbirds, those are really turkey vultures. If you ever want to know if it's a turkey vulture or an eagle, look at the head and look at the tail. If it's got a white tail and a white head, you know you're seeing an eagle. If it has a black head and a black tail, you're seeing a turkey vulture. Okay? Big difference between the two. Yes, Brinley? Yep, you don't have to ask. Okay? All right. Yeah. Eagles are actually around. You see eagles, especially, you guys know where the fishery is on 37? Okay? You see them there a lot because why? Why would you see eagles a lot over there by the fishery? There's fish, okay? And they want to swoop down and get fish. You see blue herons there and you see eagles there. All right, next page. An eagle becomes an adult when it has learned to do all the things its parents do. This takes about 5 years. Bald eagles can stay alive for up to 30 years. Now that's not very long when you think about us as humans, right? Humans live 80, 90, 100 years old. Eagles only live to 30, but the baby, the eaglet, can go off on its own once it's 5 years old. See how the white tail feathers are? That's how I can always tell when I see one. I see this white head and I see these white tail feathers, and that's when I can tell I see an eagle. It says, when the bald eagle soars, the feathers on its huge wings spread out like fingers. All right. Bald eagles soar. Once it learns to fly, the bald eagle can soar for hours. The bald eagle must take good care of its feathers. It uses its beak to groom itself. It must keep its feathers clean. Can you believe this powerful eagle began life as a helpless baby? All right, we're going to do a few words on the next page. We may not do all 5. Okay? Because we're short on time already today. Okay, we still need to talk about nouns and our spelling words this week. All right, vocab. Everybody should be on this next page in their book, right? All right, it says adults. My father is an adult. Who are some adults that you know? Friendly? All right, so you can put whoever you want, but we want to use that word adults in there, okay? So you could, remember, it's a good complete sentence. My mom and dad are adults, or my teacher is an adult. Remember we talked about adults as someone that's grown up. It means they're grown up and they can take care of themselves, they can drive themselves to work, they can pay their own bills. Usually we consider an adult, usually 18 or over. Okay, that's why when you graduate high school, you're usually 18, and then you go on to be an adult. You go get a job or go to college, and you're then an adult. So she'd be an adult now, wouldn't she?
Yeah.
But yet she seems so young compared to like me, right? She still seems pretty young. But she would still be considered an adult. All right, alive. And just catch up as you can. Some write faster than others. I water the flowers to keep them alive. What are some things that are alive? What are some things that are alive? What do you think, Jordan Reason? Grass, okay? And you can put whatever you want. Grass is alive. You can put whatever you want. Okay, you can put whatever you want. Is alive. Use the first word, whatever it is you want to use, and then use is alive.
There. Okay, are we doing all 7? Are we doing all 6? I lost my page.
Okay, make sure you have capital at the beginning, end mark at the end. All right, next one, covered.
Yeah.
An eagle is covered with feathers. What other birds are covered with feathers? Well, basically every bird is covered with feathers, isn't it? Okay? All right, it already says eagle. I want to know another one. What's another bird that's covered with feathers? Harper?
It doesn't fly like a
A penguin? Okay.
penguin. It doesn't fly.
You can put whatever you want. It could be penguin, it could be a robin, a bluebird, a cardinal, a blue jay.
Bald eagle.
Well, it already says bald eagle, so. A blue jay is, we want to use that word, covered with feathers. Alright, we're just going to do 3 today. Because we still have to do a little bit more work. Oh, sorry, bud. I'll try to get just in the morning, okay? It's almost lunchtime. Try to bring the water bottles around. Soon. Alright, once you finish those 3, go ahead and put that book in your desk. Real, R-E-A-L. What do you want to do? Leo? Oh. Alright, catch up, put that back in your desk. That way I know you're finished.
Wait, do you have to go down yet?
We're going at lunchtime.
Can I go down and get my
Don't need it right now. Alright, everybody got it put away? Everybody's good? Waiting on Jordan and Braxton.
Everybody else? Are we doing this together? Okay,
Oh, we didn't do that one. We only did these 3. Just the ones that are up there. That's all we did. You get all 3 of them, Jordan? Okay, I'll wear your glasses when you do our reading, okay? Same with Rylan. You have your glasses, Rylan. You probably should have mine. Alright, we good? Braxton, you got it? The 3? Okay. Alright, this week in spelling, we're going to be doing short O and long O words. I want to show you the list real quick. if we have time, we're going to do we're just going to do them on our whiteboard today if we have time. But I want you to just look at our words real quickly, what we have this week. You can see we have some short O words that have those short vowel pointers like CK on it. We have just 3-letter words with O in it. But we also have some words with long O. And we know it's a long O because it has this E at the end, right? Like in home and nose and cone and poke. It's really a pretty easy list. Our word wall words this week are our, people, and because, words that we work with in our OG. All right, but what I want you to do first is I want you to take that paper that I handed out to you, and I want you to turn it to the back side.
Okay.
This side. We're going to talk today about nouns. Who can tell me what a noun is? Friendly? A person, place, or thing, or animal. Okay? Let's repeat that. A noun is person, place, thing, or animal. Let me put it easy to you. If you can see it, it's a noun. If you can touch it, it's a noun. Is this desk a noun?
Yeah.
Because I could touch it, right? Is it a person, a place, or a thing?
Yeah.
This is a thing, right? Is Ella a noun? Yeah, she is. Can I touch her? Can I see her? She's a person, right? I can see her. What about my sloths? Okay, my sloths that I love, are those nouns? Person, place, thing, animals. Yes, a sloth is a noun. Okay, what about Smith School?
No.
Can you see it? Can you touch our school? Yep. What about our classroom? Can I touch it? Yes. It's a noun, okay? Every noun you can see or touch. Now, are there some nouns that you can't touch? Yes, air. Air's a noun, but I can't really touch it. I breathe it in, but I can't really touch it. Wind is a noun, but I can't really see it or touch it. I can feel it, okay? I can feel it, yes, but what you see is a tree branch moving. You don't see wind, you see a branch moving, okay? So anything you can see, anything you can touch, guys, is a noun. This paper says, we're talking about a noun is any word that names something. Some nouns even name people. Look at the example. Our teacher has a cat. Now, cat is also a noun, but this particular page is just talking about people this time, okay? So we're only circling the nouns this time that's a person. Now, why is this important? Nouns are very important because, one, you cannot write a story without nouns in it. You cannot write a sentence without a noun in it. Thirdly, when we start doing our sentences, starting next week, we will start highlighting nouns in our sentences. So you know our daily sentence that we do, like today, my favorite colors are red, yellow, and blue. We will start highlighting, which that means we take a yellow highlighter and we'll end up putting a box around our nouns in our sentences, okay? Adds more points in our grammar. All right, let's go ahead and do this one together. The boy walks his dog. Which person is a noun in that sentence? Carly? The boy. It tells us to circle the noun, so we're just going to circle boy. Now, dog is also a noun, but this said to circle persons. And so a dog would be considered an animal, so we wouldn't circle it. His mother takes the bag. Who's the person in that sentence? Carter? Mother. My sister sees a frog. Andrew? Sister. The family visits the park. Sophie? Family, but just the word family. Okay, we're not doing subjects and predicates, right? If we were doing a subject, it would be my family. But this is only noun, so that means only family is circled. A farmer plants her seeds. Braxton? Farmer. Basically what you're saying is who's the human in the sentence? A baby smiles at the cat. Cameron? Baby. Good. Alright? Now it says write 2 sentences about people and circle each noun that names a person. Alright, so let's why don't you write a sentence with you in it, and then you would be the person that you would circle, right? So, for example, Remington's not in here right now, so I'll use his name. Remington, you're going to write your name. Likes bears. And then I would circle Remington because he is my noun that is a person. So you write a sentence using your name. Anything you want. Well, right now we're using your name because that's what I asked you to do. The second sentence, you can write a sentence with any person you want and circle the person, okay? It could be farmer, it could be teacher, it could be mom, it could be dad, it could be Mr. Scout, it could be a friend's name. It could even be the word friend. That would still be a human, wouldn't it? Okay? So a person is any living human. Well, I shouldn't have to say living, because if I wrote a sentence about Abraham Lincoln, he would still be a person, wouldn't it? And he's no longer living. All right? So you write one sentence using your name, and then make up another sentence of any other kind of person, and circle the person in the sentence. So like, or you can copy mine. Yes, write another sentence. You can copy mine, or you can make up your mind. And then circle whatever your person is in that sentence. So I put Remington likes bears. My second one, I put my mom baked cookies, and I circled the word mom because that was my person. You have to have a person. You can't say the dog barks because that would not be a person. That would be an animal. You make up your own second sentence.
Yeah, but what if there's 2 persons?
It can be 2. If there's more than one person, you would circle both. If I put George and Susan ate lunch with me, I would circle both George and Susan.
And then we
Okay.
turn the paper over to
Okay.
the other
When you
side.
finish, turn it over on the other side, and then go ahead and do that. If it's a short O, it goes on line 1 through 5. I'll put it back over in a second. If it's a long O from the box up here, you put it on 6 through 10. And then 11 through 15, you circle the words with the same vowel sound. So either they're short O's or they're long O's. Okay? Do both sides. When you finish with the paper, then I want you to get on Spelling City and practice Unit 2, Week 1, our spelling words. Since we didn't get to write them today. Maybe we'll write them tomorrow.
Are you supposed to do on this?
If it's a short O word,
So you have to write one of these on
the
here?
short O, they go in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So think about it. Short O is going to say ah, right? If it's a long O, that goes in 6 through 10.
What happens here? Does it make charge?
No, I took it off.
Right? Or just top of it?
Just do the best you can. That'll be perfect.